What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel with me, Clem Boogie. We're in week 10 of the college football season. A lot of in-conference games, a lot of rivalry games on par. So let's get right to it. You know how I give it up on this channel. 4 picks, 1 upset alert. Let's make this money. First game up is Texas Tech versus TCU. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to hold you up. Texas Tech does not pose any kind of resistance or defensive front to TCU's onslaught offense and all their skilled players that come at it with the headache of trying to slow down. One, Max Duggan, who's the QB of TCU. He's going to have a field day as he booster ups his candidacy for the Heisman Trophy. But then again, TCU's coming off a real big win from last week. They put up a lot of points. It was definitely a barn burner. And this is a game where TCU could be caught up in the trap position, but I don't think they'll lose. However, I'm not picking either side. Like I said, Texas Tech is not a defensive stouted team. In fact, they're missing some players due to injury and disciplinary actions. So I'm looking for the over, which is set at 69 points. So I'm looking for that number to hit somewhere around the third quarter. Either or way, I'm going with the over. Next game up is Baylor versus Oklahoma. This game is going to be a closely tight-knit battle game. Both teams' records are 5-3. Both competent scoring on both ends, and both teams are fairly decent on the defensive side, although both can slip up and give up some points. However, in this game, I look for Oklahoma to kind of get back on track, kind of put their stamp and foot into the ground and understand that they have a destination to get A, to a bowl game, B, to just hinder some structure into their overall team morale. They had a topsy-turvy season thus far. Lots of expectations coming into the season, but they've landed short. In college football, you lose 1 or 2 games, it's heartbreaking because that could make it or break your season. And Oklahoma is somehow suffering through those ebbs and flows. But with that being said, I'm going for Oklahoma to bounce back in a big way as they're giving 3.5 points to Baylor, and I'm looking for Oklahoma to cover. Next game up is Tennessee versus Georgia. Now this, I know, will be the game of the weekend. Both teams come in undefeated. Tennessee has already upset 2 or 3 within the top 10, top 25 for sure. And Georgia, what can we say? They are the defending champs, and they've been sort of on cruise control throughout the season. Apart from their big win over Oregon early in the season, they haven't really played anybody. Not to say that it's their fault. You play who's placed in front of you, or you play who's on your schedule. That's about it. I think Tennessee comes in a little more seasoned. They come in a little more confident. And I think that offense in itself will push this Georgia team, especially their defense, to the brink. I'm not saying that Georgia's going to lose. No. I'm not saying that. Usually when one of these teams, especially in the top 5, loses, as Tennessee beat Alabama, one thing you have to understand, other teams are watching. They don't want to be a statistic. So I don't look for Tennessee to beat them. However, I do look for Tennessee to keep the game close enough. I don't see Georgia pulling it away. I know Georgia's been throwing up points here and there, kind of throwing up that proverbial light switch when they need to. But look for Tennessee to really push this Georgia team. And with that being said, I'm taking Tennessee with the points. And I believe it's set at 8 points. And that's my pick. Next game up is California versus USC. Now, the number is set at 21.5 points, making USC the favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you the game spread could be 100. take USC. I'm not going to hold you. They have a lot of things to prove. At this point in time in the season, it's all about style points. And besides, last year, they lost to this same Cal team. This year, no, it's not going to happen. Not on Lincoln Riley's watch, not on Caleb Williams, who is the quarterback and also is in the running for the Heisman Trophy. No, no, no. What I'm telling you is take USC. Like I said, the spread, it doesn't matter. If we wake up tomorrow morning and the spread is up to 30 points, I advise you, still take it. And that's my pick. My upset alert comes in the Clemson versus Notre Dame game. I don't know. I've seen the numbers. I don't know what the bookmakers are trying to tell us, but doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it's going to be an attractive game, number one. Number two, both teams are not that explosive. I mean, there'll be splash plays here and there on both respective sides. But with that being said, the number is set at 43.5 points. That's the over-under. So, conventional wisdom would tell you that it would be an under, right? You can't buy into that. You never know because there's a lot of factors that play into it. Also, Clemson, they're good, but they're not that good. I think the number that they're ranked at kind of supersedes the talent that they actually have on the field. Yes, the QB has been playing well. He's well improved from the previous years since he's taken the helm, but he hasn't been really pushed, hasn't been really challenged from a defensive side. Notre Dame, on the other hand, poses a deep threat. They do have young players. They have a lot of fire. They've been winning the last, I believe, 5 out of 6 weeks. And, they're just up and up. Their coach has them playing with new life, and they're making much needed noise. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that leads to as far as what bowl game they'll step into. But, better days are ahead for both teams. I can tell you that. But with that being said, I'm looking for Notre Dame to flat out upset Clemson. Yes, the number's at 3.5, but I'm not buying into the hype of Clemson. I know they're bound to fall. I know you can't go undefeated all the time. I mean, some of the time. After all, it is college. All the best players kind of migrate into the same teams and things of that nature. So there's a lot of luck involved, a lot of skill involved. Not to say that I'm doubting Clemson in any way, shape, or form. I know they are a very formidable opponent for anybody. But for this particular Saturday, no, it's not happening. And I'm rocking with Notre Dame, getting the points at 3.5, but just to flat out win. And that's my upset alert. So now you have 4 picks, 1 upset alert. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Look, I'm always here. I always have ideas. I always have my notions and perspectives for the games. I'm not going to bombard you with analytics and numbers just to throw you off and discourage you. Betting, gambling, however you want to view it, is all based on trial and error. Anybody can do it. You just have to try it. If you get burned one time, don't get discouraged. You just pick yourself back up and do it again. You never know. There's always times where you can hit a hot streak. Please be advised, I don't advise you to take parlays, at least not all the time. No one here is some kind of guru. I don't care what content creator tells you their hit rate or things of that nature. No, it's not. There are a lot of teasers involved. There are a lot of buying points and also subtracting points. There's a lot of things that go into it. So when you hear a content creator tell you that they're exponentially this much better or they're so braggadocious in their ways of winning, they're lying. So with that being said, I'm gonna catch up with you guys next time, and you're gonna catch up with me as well, and we're gonna make some money all throughout to the end of the season. So it's me, it's you. So signing off with Clem Boogie.